Hello everyone and welcome to my channel called Demon Story Time. Thank you so much for coming, for subscribing to my channel, for your likes, for your comments, for your shares, and of course for your donations. All information about donation you can find down below in comments. Today we keep reading book Grimm's Fairy Tales, and our story is called The Golden Goose. Once upon a time there was a man who had 3 sons. The youngest son was called Duffer. Everyone thought he was a fool and laughed at him. One day the eldest son went into the forest to chop wood. His mother packed a cake and some juice for him, so he wouldn't be hungry or thirsty. As he was hacking, hacking away at the tree, a little gray-haired old man came up to him. People just keep appearing from nowhere. Can I have a bite of your food and a drop of your drink? He asked. I'm so hungry and thirsty. I've only got enough for myself, the young man answered. Be off with you. The little gray-haired man strode away through the trees. The young man picked up his axe and swung it again at the tree, but he slipped and missed the tree entirely, cutting his leg instead. Oh shoot! Ah, that's horrible. He had to limp home in horrible pain. God. The next day, the second son went into the forest to chop wood. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Again, his mother packed a cake and some juice for him. The little gray-haired man came up once more, and like his brother, the young man refused to share his lunch. The little gray-haired man strode away, and with the very next axe blow, the young man stuck himself in the side. He had to hobble home in agony. On the third day, Duffer went into the forest to chop wood. His mother sent him off with only some dry biscuits and water. He was hacking away at a tree when the little gray-haired man came up and asked him for food and drink. I don't have anything very much, said Duffer, but I will happily share it with you. Good boy. So they sat down, and when Duffer pulled out his biscuits, they had turned into cake, and his water had become juice. Wow, how lovely. So the two ate and drank quite happily together. When they had both eaten enough, the little man said, Since you have a good heart, I will give you good luck. Chop down that old tree over there and you will find something precious at the roots. Then the little gray-haired man, here they are sitting enjoying themselves. Hope you can see it. It's nice doing. Yeah. Strode off, whistling cheerfully to himself. Duffer did as he had been told and chopped down the old tree. To his great surprise, there was a goose sitting in the roots. But it was no ordinary bird, for its feathers were made of pure gold. He picked her up carefully and went off to an inn where he thought he would stay the night. Now the innkeeper had 3 daughters, who couldn't believe their eyes when they saw the golden goose under the first arm. They all wanted a closer look. That night, the eldest waited till everyone was sleeping, then crept into the first room. She tiptoed over to the golden goose and stroked the wing, thinking she may pull out a golden feather for herself. But her hand stuck fast. No matter how much she pulled, she couldn't let go. Not longer afterwards, the second girl came creeping in. She too wanted a golden feather and reached out to stroke the golden goose. But before her sister could say, "Don't touch it," she too was stuck fast. Then the third girl came, and the others hissed, "Keep away, for goodness sake." But she wasn't listening. She was so dazzled by the golden goose. She reached out to take a feather, and there she was stuck fast too. All 3 sisters had to spend the night with the goose. In the morning, Tuffer woke up, picked up the bird, and strolled out with it, not the slightest bit worried about the 3 girls hanging on to it. They were forced to run after him wherever he went. In the middle of the fields, they met a vicar who said, "Young ladies, it's not proper behavior to run after young men like that. Stop it at once." Yeah. He grabbed the youngest girl's hand to pull her away, but as soon as he touched her, he was stuck fast too. Duffer walked on, with the 3 girls and the vicar trailing behind him. Before long, a farmer came by. He was amazed at the sight and said, "Good morning, vicar. Where are you all going?" The farmer touched the vicar's sleeve, and he was stuck fast too. Duffer walked on with the 3 girls, the vicar, and the farmer trotting along behind him. After a while, they came across 2 farm workers laboring in the field. "Hey, you lads," called the farmer, "come and help me." But as soon as the farm workers touched him, they were stuck fast too. Now there were 7 people running behind Duffer and the goose, the 3 girls, the vicar, the farmer, and the 2 farm hands. Soon they came to a city. In this city lived a king who had a daughter who was so serious that no one could make her laugh. The king had announced that whoever could cheer up his daughter and make her giggle could marry her. Of course, the minute the princess saw Duffer and his golden goose walking past her window with the girls and the vicar and the farmer and the farm hands, stuck fast behind them. She chuckled and chortled and burst out laughing until tears ran from her eyes. The king couldn't believe his ears. Here they are, making princess happy. Oh my god. And the golden goose, of course. He was delighted that his daughter had laughed at last, but he didn't want her to marry Duffer. Maybe he likes him, I wonder why. He decided that he must find a reason to put off the wedding. The king told Duffer, I will let you marry the princess, but first you have to find a man who can drink a cellar full of wine. Duffer thought straight away of the little grey-haired man who had helped him before. He went into the forest and fetched him, and the little man drank the king's collar dry. Then the king told Duffer, of course I will let you marry the princess, but first you have to find a man who can eat a huge hill of bread. So Duffer asked the little grey-haired man to help him once more, and the tiny fellow ate a massive mountain of bread. Then the king told Duffer, I will definitely let you marry the princess, but first you have to find a ship that can sail on land as well as on water. How interesting. Duffer asked the little grey-haired man, who snapped his fingers, and a ship that could sail on land and on water appeared. Then the king saw that Duffer was far from a fool after all. There was no way he was going to get the better of him. The royal wedding went ahead with much celebrating and rejoicing. The couple lived happily together. Duffer made sure that the princess stayed cheerful and always had something to laugh about every day. Oh, and after the king died, Duffer inherited the kingdom and ruled so well that people said he was the wisest king that had ever lived. Isn't it amazing? That's it, my dear. See you next time. Bye.